Megharashini, you can start.
Nitish should be actually starting it.
So whether my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Megharashini. Yes. You can start formal welcome and host the session.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. A very pleasant evening to everyone. I welcome everyone to the day 2 of the 21-day Good morning, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. She's an assistant professor. She's an assistant professor at the Anna University Regional Campus, Tirunelveli. She has done her ME in Computer Science and Engineering and her PhD in Information and Communication Engineering at Anna University, Chennai. She has published papers in numerous national and international journals and has presented papers in several international conferences. Her areas of interest are data mining, data privacy, database concepts, automata theory, data analytics, big data, and machine learning. It is an honor to have you handle this session, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your nice introduction. And I once again, I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to be part of this 21 days international FDP on data science tools. So it's overwhelming to see such a good number of participants participating in an evening session of a kind. So once again, I'm very happy, and I extend my hearty congratulations to the department for organizing such a program.
Thank you, ma'am.
So today's session, yes, thank you, sir. Today's session will be on R programming. Sir, my presentation screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So today's session, it is day 2 of the workshop, the faculty development program, and I like to touch the fundamentals and the basics with respects to data science. So this is my objective, and my overview of today's presentation would be, I will be giving a brief introduction about the R programming language, and then I thought I will make a brief introduction about the entire data science process, because there will be beginners as well. So the 21 days program should be really useful for you. So I just want to make a brief introduction about data science process, and then I will get into I'll share you the link once again for installing R and R Studio. I have already shared the links and the instructions to install the application through your WhatsApp group. Hopefully, I'm expecting all of you have done that. And then I'll tell you about the packages, how to install packages in R, because it's a very important functionality with respect to R. And then we'll discuss about the basic functions. As we have in all programming languages, R also offers the basic features of functionality. So we'll see some of that. And then we will see about R's functionality with respect to data exploration, data preparation, data visualization. And finally, I will suggest you some of the packages which we can use for data modeling. So to start with, we will just have a introduction before everybody could join. We'll have a introduction about what is R, how it started. So R is like a programming language. It is yet another programming language. It combines the features of a procedural language as well as a object-oriented programming language. Basically, it was developed with an aim of having functionalities for statistics. So, and even today, it's widely used for statistical analysis. Of course, because of its community and the wide range of packages it offers today, it is used as a very popular data science tool as well. So with R, you will be able to make data summarization, data exploration, and then graphical presentations, as well as any type of data modeling. It was originally created by Ross and Robert. So these were people working at the Department of Statistics in the University of Auckland, which is at New Zealand. So the first appearance in public of this particular programming language was made in the year 1993, and later on it was developed and it has seen a tremendous modifications or exploration over the years, and it was primarily developed by the R core team as well as the community, the interested community who are developing a lot of packages, and they are making R grow more and more. And this is available to all of us in open source via the GNU General Public License. So the features of R, so these four aspects or dimensions makes R very integral today in data science. So it is open source, the first and foremost thing, and then it's flexible. It offers you with a wide range of functionality where you can integrate itself R with several other programming languages, or you can, it's not too rigid. You can make you can change the code according to your need, and you can have uh, R solving your problem in the way what you want. And then it offers multiple packages, so the same functionality can be done with different packages or in different ways. So it offers a wide range of features. And then some programming languages, they don't grow much because there is no community to support it, or they don't develop something, they don't contribute it. But the important feature of R is, or the remarkable thing which can you can remember about R is, it has a huge community. So that is a POSIT community, R community, where you can post your doubts. So when I was doing research in data mining, there is no much workshops to in 2010 I started my research, and I could not find much of resources. There is very rarely I get a chance to attend a workshop at that time. And if I get an error, there is no much help at all. No, I have even mailed the developers of Veka to get some clarifications on what is all about. When I was finally ending up on coding it on Hadoop, and Veka supported Hadoop as well. So I wrote a mail to the developer itself, and I got certain clarifications on the result I was getting. But with respect to R, the biggest advantage what we get is, it is the huge community it offers. So whatever the problems you face, it you'll be able to find solutions, and it keeps growing with its packages. And before we start into the features of R or the functionalities, I'll just tell you a brief thing about the data science process. So data science, so it's a process of extraction of knowledge. Uh, so like even people, if you have studied the data mining, so data mining also we say it's a process of extraction of knowledge. Here we analyze the large data set, and we try to make some decisions out of the knowledge what we extract, or we use this knowledge what we extract out to automate certain process in industries or manufacturing units, or we use these decisions to make some critical solve some critical problems in several types of industries. Okay, and these are the steps in the process of data science. And we will see how R is going to have functionalities to develop all these steps, or to solve the problems you face in all the steps. So the first and foremost in any data science process or data mining process, or what kind of knowledge extraction process you use, the first and foremost will be to set up a goal, or find out a question which we are trying to answer. Example, I want to predict the causes of a particular disease, or I want to predict whether it will rain tomorrow or not. I want to predict whether there will be a natural calamity. So I have a question, or I have a problem which I need to solve. And this is the first step to identify what is the problem I'm going to solve, or what is the question for which I'm trying to find out an answer from the data, what is available in my company, etc. So first and foremost, you set up a goal, and then you go for collecting the data which suits to answer that question. Okay, so whenever you have a, even like in real world, no, you get a question, immediately you go surf net, or uh, you want me to enable the video. I'm having some issues, Jose Vanusha. Let me try, Yes. Is it okay? My video is seen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So the first and foremost thing is we set up a question for which I'm trying to find out the answer. And then I make data retrieval. That is, I try to collect data. I try to collect the data, which could probably answer the question, what I have in my mind. Okay. So that's the second stage, that is data retrieval. And then I go for a preparation phase. So this normally I always used to give an example of preparing sambar at home. So many a times when I have been a resource person in programs, so whenever you want to prepare a dish, the first and foremost thing you want to do is data preparation. That is, you have to clean it. If you want to make sambar and which is nicely done, you will have to clean the dal. You will have to, yes, clean the vegetables. Thank you. You will have to clean the vegetables. You will have to, yeah, you have to wash it up, right? And data, what is collected today in real time, it will have um, inconsistencies, it will have errors, it will have missing values, so on. And so you'll have to go at a phase called data preparation. And whatever the data science tool what you are using, it should provide some ways to do this data preparation. So it should give us some functionality which can handle missing values. It should give us some functionality which can make some transformation. So whenever you prepare a dish, you are not going to put all the vegetables as such into the vessel for preparing the item. You will have to cut it. You have to cut the vegetables into the required need. If it is sambar, you'll have to prepare in a or cut the vegetables in one manner. If it is biryani, you'll have to cut the vegetables in another manner. So you need to make transformation depending upon the task what you are doing. So data preparation is very, very important because you have good data. You put good data into the mining engine. There is a request. Yeah, I'm trying to annotate, but still, let me see. No, I'm trying to adjust with all your requests. Yeah, let me see. Not audible. Whether I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Yes.
You're audible.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, data preparation is very much important. Like what? No, if you don't clean the vegetables properly or the dal properly, we'll end up in a dish which is not edible. We cannot eat it. We may find some unwanted stuff which makes it unedible. Or so the same way, in the case of data science or something, data preparation is going to be a very, very important. Data preparation is going to take a very, very important role. Okay, so you will prepare the data, and you put garbage inside the machine, you will get garbage out. If you give good consistent data inside the data machine, you will get good consistent result out of it. Okay, so data preparation is going to be very, very important. And then we'll pass on to data exploration. What I want to say is about data exploration. When I want to prepare sambar again, or I'm trying to prepare biryani, okay, I just want to understand what type of rice I have taken or what kind of vegetables I have taken, because I have to understand how long it will take for the process to be done. I cannot overcook stuff or I cannot undercook. So to understand my data, I have to undergo a process called data exploration. I have to make some exploration about like what is the minimum value in the data set, what is the maximum value in the data set, what is the suppose if the data has any outliers, I should be able to understand it. Okay, and then if I should be able to understand the distribution of the data, whether the data is following a normal distribution or other kind of distributions. So data exploration is also going to help in one or the other way to improve the decision what you are going to get out of the data science process. And this is a core. Actually, this is a main cooking process, like what I say, data modeling. So this is where you are going to make the actual cooking process or going to make actual sambar or actual biryani. So here in the yesterday's class, I heard that machine learning is touched, and machine learning is one important area where the data modeling is housed in the data science process. You have your neural networks, you have support vector mesh, naive Bayes. So all these methods help you to develop good models, and these models in the simplest form, no, you can say some X is implying Y. In the simplest form, you can say X is implying Y. Okay, so X may be your variables, which is going to predict the value of Y. Some equation in terms of X is determining the value of Y, some equation. So you get some equation out of this data modeling process, and that equation is nothing but your model. And whenever you're given with a scenario, say suppose I want to predict a disease, I say that these are all the causes which are playing a major role in the occurrence of this disease. And now, after inferring this equation, whenever I come across a patient who has these particular symptoms, then I'll say the patient is having that particular disease. So now I have a decision-making system. And this is of course, this is not the end. When I come to data visualization, we are techies, but the business domain, finally, these decisions are going to be taken to people who are non-techies, who are business people. Okay, they are domain experts, but they are not technical people. So when you want to take these results, these decisions to those people, if the decisions is in the form of mathematical equations or mathematical neural network model or in the form of a decision tree, the people cannot understand it. So we have to take it in a different form. You have to take the result in an understandable format. So for which visualization is going to be very, very helpful. Like what, no, after preparing the sambar in a cooker, or the biryani in a cooker, we cannot serve the dish in the cooker itself. We cannot bring the cooker to the table, dining table. We have to put it in serving bowls. We have to garnish it. If you are taking the dishes to the kids, we have to take it in the way the kids like it. Okay. So data visualization is a very, very promising step in data science process, and that is going to make all the difference. And with this said, and data R or Python or Veka tool, what you're going to see in the last session, all these tools, what you're going to learn over the next 19 days, including today, 20 days, it is going to give you stuff to do all these things. Okay, yes. At this. Yes, installing R. Hopefully, I feel that you all have done this. So you would have downloaded R from this website, CRAN. CRAN stands for Comprehensive R Archive Network. So this is a website which is distributing all the components of R, maybe the base system or the add-on packages, what is available, that is the contributed packages from the R community. So all this are distributed through this website, cran.r. So you can download, please once again explain. So can you tell me what is the step you did not understand? So I'll be able to make it quick because others participants will be there who want to move forward.
Yes, ma'am. If you any doubt, we will discuss later on the question and answer session.
Okay. So, so this is a website from which you would have downloaded R and you would have installed R from. And then after, so R, no, you will be probably with R, you will be able to work on the command line prompt as a script. But today we are all more conversant with working in an integrated development environment. So R offers another application, that is the community has come up with another application called R Studio, which is an integrated development environment specifically developed for R. And it is coming in two versions. One is the desktop version, the other is a server version. And it is offered under the license GNU Afiro General Public License. So this differs actually from what is about R. So this Afiro means that the software's source code is also available. So whenever some improvement is done to the R Studio application, you'll be able to access the source code also. And R Studio is partially done on C++ and mostly done with Java. and even JavaScript is used as well. The first version was released in 2011 and was developed by the company POSIT, which is a public benefit corporation. And coming to the packages, that's the backbone actually. R supports basic functionalities plus the several packages which is developed by the R community or other people who are not part of the development team itself, but they developed a lot of packages and they contributed to R. So if you want to, most of the things what you want with respect to data science will happen only with the different packages what is offered by R. So to install the packages, you can use this command install.packages, and inside quotes, you have to give the name of the package. So this is a sandwich, which is a covariance estimator. So after installing, or this install command, actually what it will do is it will download the package and it will install to the machine. But to attach that to the project what you are doing or the script what you are doing, you have to use the code library of the particular package what you are installing. So all the packages what is available with R is there on this website again, packages.html. So here, if you visit this website, towards the end of the session, I have planned to show this packages to you so that you can explore more about this tool. And yes, so these codes, better I will explain in the studio. Yes, so I have shared with you some files, and those who have already installed R and R Studio in your systems can go along with me. You can open the file in R Studio, go to File, click on Open. Okay, Open File. So it will take you to the File Explorer, and there, suppose you have downloaded to your downloads, click on the, or if you have shared your file through Drive, download it, put it on a local folder and access that file. I'm using the first file named as one package.r. Okay. Hope difference between R Studio and R. Yeah, I'll answer the questions at the end. Okay, I'll take the questions from the chat at the end. Yes. So this is your R Studio because it is giving you an IDE that is more comfortable to use it. So if you could see, it is divided into 4 panes. It is divided into 4 panes. So this is your script area, and this is your console where you can see the errors or output, and this is the area where you can see the plots normally, and here you can see all the variables what you create, all the environment variables what you create, the user defined variables you could see in this particular area. So these are the 4 panes, and here actually we can have the scripts open, and if you run it, you will be able to see the output in this console page. If it's a plot, you will be able to see the plot output here. Yes, now first and foremost is to execute this particular command, either you can use the run button over here, or you can use the shortcut, keyboard shortcut, Control Enter. Okay, so once you enter it, it will download the package, so and it will install it. Okay, so it's taking some time. Yes, it's downloaded, it's done on my system. So you could see here, it is downloaded. And now to attach that to my script, I have to use the command library. There is another alternate called require also. You can use that function also to attach the particular code to your script. So now I have used the library command to attach the code to my script. So this is how you have to install the packages. So there are number of packages available. So I'll show you how many packages are there. Okay, you'll be surprised to see that. So this is maybe sometimes we may not know what is the install packages in my system. So to see what are all the install packages in my system, you can run this code, install that packages. So just execute it. It will give you a long list of all those packages what is installed to my system. So since maybe you are using the system for the first time, you might get a list of packages which you have installed. See, I'm scrolling for pages because I have done a lot of installation over the period. Okay. Yes, and this is available packages, that is total available packages. How much is available with this in the forum, the contributed packages. So these are all the available packages. So to make it to say tell you how many rows are there, I have stored this available packages, the result of this available packages into a variable called A. Okay, I have put the result of available packages into a variable called A. Now, this dimension function, I'll explain you, but still I have created now a variable called A. It is storing the result of this command available.packages. So I'm going to check the dimension in the sense that what is the number of columns it had and what is the number of rows it had. The number of rows is nothing but the total number of packages what is available. So if I execute this dimension of A, you are able to see, right, 19,799 is the count. That is the number of packages what is available today in our community. Okay, so now sometimes you may not be familiar with a name of a package. Most of the time it happens because even myself, no, I started using R only on a need basis. I did not use R completely for my research. I used only Veka tool for my complete research because my work was on data mining. And for data mining, Veka was one of the promising tool, and so I completely relied on Veka. But when I want to make lot of plots to make my papers get published in good journals, I was searching for different types of plots and ended up on R. So that's how I started using R, and I have come up till this point. And later I understood that for data analysis or statistics or data science, R is going to be a very, very important tool. So whenever you're not sure about any package, you may not memorize all those packages, 19,799, right? So if you are just not sure about something, you just put a keyword like something what you could remember. Can you zoom and see the thing? Zoom your screen and see, no, that will be better. Nova is a partial keyword, I would know. So I can find out all the packages which is matching this particular text. So for that, I'm using the function called apropos of, just give the matching keyword what you remember, vaguely remember. So see, there are packages called ANOVA, MANOVA, power.anova.test, stat.anova. So you would have heard about a test called ANOVA. Okay. So all these packages are having a match with this text what I have given here called NOVA. Okay. And the other way in which we can make R familiar to use the help of help command. So for any function what you want to have a help, you can use the command help of, give the name of the function for you which you have to understand better. Just run it, control enter. In this pane, you will be able to, this help tab, under the help tab, you will be able to see the entire description about the particular function. So what is the function it is, what type of arguments it takes in, okay, and all further references, an example of how to use it. So all these informations you will be able to get. And then even the question mark will do. Instead of help, just put a question mark and then use a function mode and then put control enter. You will be able to see again the help file. Either you can use the symbol question mark or you can use the help function. Okay, so specifically for packages, this doesn't work. Just putting a question mark, sorry, one second. Just putting a question mark for a package, you will not be able to get the entire description. It will only give a very primitive description. So if you want to get more detail about the exact package, it is better to give the comment help of package is equal to sandwich. Okay, so if you that, then only you will be able to get the description about the package. So this is the information about the package sandwich. So like this, you can put any package here and you can try to understand. So you had some package called ANOVA, right? So we have it. It's not mirror. Yeah. This is another package which I'll be using. So tidyverse. So this is the documentation for that particular package called tidy. So these are the help pages. You can see the description file. Click on to anything. You can explore it further. Okay. Yes, coming back. Yes. Data types. So any programming language, normally the fundamentals is it should support it should support some type of data types. So basically R supports character data type, numeric data type, integer data type, logical, which means it is true or false, that is a Boolean data type, and complex data type. Okay, so these are all the data types what is supported by R, and everything in R you see as an object. Everything in R is fundamentally called as an object, and there are these many types of data objects what you can create. Okay, so vectors, so it is a sequence of data elements which will contain the same data type. So vector is a sequence of set of elements. So vector is a data structure, you can say, or it is a object what you call in R, or in general in computer science field what you have learned is these things you have learned as data structures. Okay, so they are the storage containers. So vector is a storage container which could store a sequence of elements, but the type of the data item should be same. And list is again a sequence of elements, but the data type may be different. Okay, and they are single dimensional. List and vectors are single dimensional data structures. Matrices are two-dimensional rectangular structures, and they contain the same data type. And arrays, it can have two or more dimensions, array data type, and normally they store same data type. Array, as you have known from conventional data structure, stores a similar kind of data. And factors, this is specifically for categorical data. That is, I say, in university setup, you call the teachers in different ranks, say professor, associate professor, assistant professor, or in earlier days, we were calling as lecturers and all, senior lecturers and all. So all these designations, it is categorical. Gender is categorical, male, female, transgender, and degrees what we have taken, and if we store in a database, it is categorical, DE, ME, PhD. So these are categorical data, and there is a level. Okay, there is a level one after the other. Okay, we can order it. So if that those kinds of data, it can be specifically stored in a kind of data structure called or object called factor. And finally, in data science, the most important thing is data frames. So this stores the data in a tabular format, table format, and it has rows and columns. So data frames. So people who work in Python also, you might be familiar with data frames. The same purpose is served, for the same purpose, we are using data frames in R as well. So these are all the fundamental data objects in R. We specifically concentrate on vectors and data frames because that is fundamental to data science. And these are some of the functions which we can use in R. So ls function. So after you create objects like you create objects such as a vector, a list, an array and all. If you want to find out what are all the objects what you have created, you can use a function called list. So this is there in Linux and all, we use it, no Unix command, list command, ls command. And then to remove a created object, to delete an object, you can use a function rl. Okay, it's used to remove the object. And then C stands for concatenate or glue. So normally C function is one which is used to create a vector. A basic vector in R is created with the help of a C function, where you see a set of elements is glued together or concatenated together with the help of the function C. So as I told you, vector is a set of elements of the same type. So you take a list of elements, a sequence of elements, you concatenate with the help of the function C. Okay, and then sequence function, it is used to generate a set of numbers in a sequence. Say I want to generate a number from 1 to 10, 1 to 500. I want to generate a number from 1 to 1000. So in just one command, 1:1000, you will be able to generate 1000 numbers in a sequence. We'll see how it operates in R. And repeat function, it is used to repeat the same value again and again. Okay, suppose if you want to repeat a particular value, you can use the function repeat. And the length function is used to find out the total number of values in a vector. And the sum function is used to find the total, add up the values. The sum function is used to add the values in the vector. And the square root function, of course, it's a mathematical function, which we all are familiar. And it also offers several operators, including arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, and all. So it is also similar to all the programming languages what we have already seen. Yes, coming back to read a data item from a file. So this is very, very fundamental whenever you want to use a data, you want to perform a data science process. The first and foremost thing is we should be able to import a file to your project. So for which the file may be in the form of a text file, the file may be in the form of a comma separated value file, or the file may be in the form of an Excel file, or even there are other ways in which you can import. I have just taken these three because these are very common or the most fundamental. Okay. So a text file can be read into your script with the help of the command read.table. And the CSV file, it can be read using the command read.csv. An Excel file, it can be read with the command read_Excel, but it is not available with the basics codes of R. It is only available through a downloaded package called Excel. Okay, so read Excel. So you have to import the package read Excel before you could use the function read Excel. So before we see all these things, once again, I'll take you to these things I'll show in R so that it will be better. So open the file. Those who are running the comments along with me, please open the second file, data creation. So I'll tell you about the basic vector operations, how to create vectors, and then we'll go on to data frames and we'll see all the primitive functions. And then we'll move on to the presentation again. So any tool, no, if you want to master it, you will have to do it. Your hand should practice it. And the most important thing is you have to start practicing it from today so that you can master it. So here, now I'm trying to create a vector that is a set of values, a sequence of values using this colon operator. So the set of values starts from 0 and ends at 10. So 0:10. So this I'm assigning to a vector variable called x1. So see here, you just press again. If you click on this run, select this particular row, click on run, or select these two rows and click on run. So now a variable x1 is created and it is having values starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. up to 10. And now again, I'm having a descending order sequence. That is, I'm generating a set of values from 10 to 0. Again, run it. Now you could see it, right? So now the values are ranging from 10 to 0, 10, 9, 8, and so on. Okay. Yes. Next is you are creating another variable x3. But here I'm not using the colon operator. I'm using the function sequence to generate a set of value. Here I have not used the start index, but I have just used the last index, end index. So the sequence will start from 1 and not 0. Okay, by default, the sequence, if you don't specify the starting index, it will start from 1, not 0. So 1 to 10, the sequence is from 1 to 10. Okay, so if you use an extra parenthesis, actually the print is done on the same line itself. So here in this line, to make you people be aware of that, so I have used an extra parenthesis instead of once again typing x4. So this x3 here, x2, x1 and all, it is used to print that particular variable's value. So just if you click on this and give control enter, you'll be able to see the value what is stored in x1. So here sequence function, I'm using the sequence function, but I'm using all the three different fields or attributes. The first one is the starting index, starting value. The second is the ending value. And by means by what step I am going to increment the sequence. So here it is not an incrementing sequence, it is a decrementing sequence or a decreasing sequence. So here the step I'm using minus because every time I should subtract 3 steps. So see the value, no? Select it, run it. So 30, the next value is 27, 24, 21 and so on till 0. So next is the C operator. So this is explicitly using the concatenate function to create a vector. So here I have given a set of value, but they're all of the same type. So 5, 4, 1, any order you like. Okay, you give in any order and then you use the concatenate function, separate the values by comma and run it. Now you have created a variable, vector variable x5 with the values what you have given here in commas. That is 5, 4, 1, 6, 7 and so on. And I had showed you another function called repeat. So it is used to repeat a value again and again for a specified number of times. So this also you may need when you are doing some processing and all. So See the repeat function. So here, what is the value to be repeated is the first column, and how many times it is to be repeated is in the second column. So true is to be repeated 5 times. And then see here I'm using another field called each. Okay. So there is each here, there is times here. So we'll see what is the difference between these two. I have a list of true and false. Okay. In each, the value of true will be repeated 5 times, followed by the value of false. Okay, each will be repeated 5 times. But see, in times, the entire vector will be repeated 5 times. That is true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false, and true, false. So that's the difference between these attribute each and times. So here I'm giving a vector which is to be repeated and the number of times. If I specify each, every value will be repeated that many number of times before the next value is printed. Okay. And this type of function, this will also be useful when you are performing data science. It is used to find out the type of a particular vector or variable. So here I have used this x7. As you all know, true or false. So it is a logical type. See, it will print that it is logical. Hope you are all doing along with me. Type of x7, it is logical. Okay. If you take type of x5, I think it will give you double. See, x5. Yes, x5, the type of x5 is double. By default, any numeric, be it an integer or real number or decimal number, it will print double as the type in R. By default, the type is double. The default type of string or character is character. Okay, the default type. And then these are 3 functions which is used for sort. So sorting, sort of x5. So this is to sort. x5 is actually this. So once again, I'll print the value of x5. So x5 is this. And now sort function is used to x5 is this. And sort function is used to sort the values in the particular vector. And order, which is again referred in sorting, but it is not actually going to sort the entire values, but it is going to return the index. See here, you are getting a different scenario here. What is that? No, it is the index actually. Okay, so 1 which is in the first position in sorting, it is in third position. So the position of the sorted array, the element's position and not the element itself. In sorting, we'll be returning the element itself, but in order, only the positions are returned. So 1 is in the first position, it is in third position. So here 3. 2, it is in the sixth position. So you're getting it as here. 7th again 2. And in 9th position. And see rank, no? It is again, it is going to give you another different dimension. Okay, rank. So here it is in the first position, 5. So 5 is in which position? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So the rank of 1 is 5 is the rank of 5 is 7. Okay, the rank of 5 is 7. So again, these functions which will be useful when you are making some data science operation, some pre-processing, when you want to sort it, when you want the index of the sorted element, when you want to rank the elements, you can use these kinds of functions. Okay. And next, coming to data frames. So this is what I have kept in the presentation also. Hope I think this is useful. So if we'll continue in R itself so that it will be we could save some time because almost yes. Data frame. So this entire file, this shows you how to create different vectors and how to sort the vectors. And now the third file, it is the name of data frame. So this shows you how to create a data frame. Okay. So here I have created a data frame. So to create a data frame, you have to use the function data.frame. So I have used the name of the function data.frame. Okay. And I have created, as I told you, data frame is a row as well as column structure. So it is an entire table structure. So you can have as many number of columns what you want as well as many number of rows what you want. Okay. So here person is the first column you're trying to create, age is the second column you're trying to create, and sex is the third column you're trying to create. See, person is a vector because I'm starting it with the C function. So whenever I use the C function, it is I'm creating a vector which is going to contain a set of elements of the same data type. So here person is the name of the person, Peter, Louis, Meg, etc. Okay. And the second column is age. The second column in the tabular structure, what I'm creating is age. So which is going to contain the numbers, that is the age of the people. Again, I'm creating it as a vector. But the sex, since it is a categorical value, I am creating it as a data type called factor. So this also I told you in the beginning of the presentation. So R supports different data objects like list, vector, and so on. Factor is one of them. So factor, and followed by I'm converting this. That is a series of elements, which is the M stands for male, F stands for female, and so on. I'm concatenating all these values and I'm converting that into a factor because it is categorical. It is going to have a level. And now if you click on this and run, the data is the variable my data is created, which is a data frame. Okay, run it or press control enter. You will be able to create the variable. Now, if you again run this line, sixth line where I'm having my data, it will print the value whatever you have entered now. Have you all done this? Yes, hopefully you have done this. So there is one column person, the second column age, and the third column sex. And we are having 5 rows because you have created 5 different people. Okay. And now to access. So data frames is very important because accessing or manipulating data frames is important because naturally every file where you have a data set, every data set, no, which is in the form of a file, when you import it to R, you have to convert that into a data frame, like what we do in Python. Okay. Yes. So here, my data of square brackets 2 comma 2 stands for, the first one stands for the row index and the second one stands for the column index. So if you just press control enter, you'll be able to get the value. So in the second row, okay, second row and second column. Okay, second row, second column, what is that? 40. Okay, so this is how you are indexing it and you are manipulating the value or accessing the value in the data frames. And now see this, no, to generate a set of rows, I am using again the colon operator, 3 colon 5 and then comma 3. Okay, so control enter. So now you are printing the value of, so the column 3, actually what you're trying to print is column 3. So this is column 3, sex is column 3, and the values ranging, the rows ranging from 3 to 5. So 3 to 5. So these are the 3 rows, F, M, M. So that's the value what is printed. Since it is factor, you are getting levels called 2 levels. One is female, the other is male. Okay. Next is to print the column 3 and 1. I want the column 3 as well as column 1, but in order, third first followed by the first column. So again run it. So now the sex column, which is actually in third place, is printed first, followed by the first column, the name of the person. Okay. So this is through indexing, that is numbers. And the other way in which you can access is through the name of the column. So here the column names are person, age, okay, person, age, and sex. So these are the 3 column headers. So you can use this dollar operator, the name of the data frame, followed by the dollar operator, followed by the name of the column. So it shifted one. Yes. Name of the data frame, dollar operator, followed by the name of the column. This will print you that particular column alone. So see here, the age is printed. Okay, that particular column alone. Yes, and these are some of a statistical function or data exploration function because I want to find out number of rows in the data frame or the number of columns in a data set, for which you can use the function n row. See, run it, n row. So how many rows are there? 5 rows. So here the answer is 5. The number of rows in the data set is 5. Number of columns, how many columns are there? 3. See the answer? The number of columns are 3. Okay, the total number of columns is 3. Dimension, what I told you, when I was running for packages, I told you dimension, it will return the number of columns as well as the number of rows. So number of rows followed by number of columns actually. So dimension dim function. So press Control Enter or press this run button. You will be able to get the number of rows, which is 5, followed by the number of columns, which is 3. And now again, I have an example. So you can run this. It is to print another column, that is the person column. See, the person column has the names of the people whom we are talking about. And now I'll make you familiar with another two functions, important functions called as rbind and cbind. Okay, that is rbind is to add more rows, row binding, that is to merge one data frame with another data frame. You can use this function called rbind. In a row wise manner, if you want to join it or merge a set of rows with another set of rows, you can use the rbind function. So here, see here, again, I'm creating one particular row, that is again using the function name data.frame with column name person, column name age, and column name sex. I'm giving different values for it, and I am assigning to that the new variable called new record. And check this assignment operator. So this is how R works earlier, but now even the equal to sign will work. So for that also I have example. Okay, so this record is created and it is assigned to a variable new record. And if you run it, a new record is created, and the new record is Brian, whose age is 7 and he is a male. And now we can join this particular record with the original data. So I have used the rbind function to join the original data and this new record, or to combine them. And now see the last record, there is one more row added to our original data frame. So that is the 6th record, Brian 7, who's a male. So this is how you can merge set of rows, or if you have data in two different files, you can have both of them as a data frame and you can combine it using the rbind function. And then also you can add columns, new columns, with the help of cbind function. So here you have C, that is again the concatenate function, which is having different type of levels again, that is high, low, medium, and all. Okay, how much this person is funny, we can take it that way. So highly funny, less funny, medium funny. Okay, so these are a set of values for the 6 rows. Okay, 6 rows. And now we are going to add this new column to the original my data frame, so that since it's a column, we use the function cbind. So check it out, run it. Now you have the new column added to our data frame. So you have, so am I fast or is it okay? You're doing it on my pace, right? Yes. Okay. So now, so this is to add a column, and then what this is thing is to create a new column. So in DBMS, you might have studied something called derived attribute, right? That is for using one value in a column, already existing column, to create another column. So see here, the age column, the value in age column, I am going to multiply by 12, and I am going to put it in another column, new column called as MON, age dot month. Okay, that is I'm multiplying the age by months. How many months I am there, right? The age in terms of month. So there is a new column created. Now check out, in my data, you have one more column called age month, age in terms of months. And then you can retrieve selected rows based on conditions. You can combine the conditions with the help of or symbol or and symbol. Okay, so here I'm trying to take the people who are more than 10 age and who satisfy the condition funny is equal to high. Either this condition should be satisfied or this condition should be satisfied. So check out here, this is or operator. So this is and operator. Both the age should be greater than 10 as well as funny should be high. So run this first. You will retrieve all those fields which are male. Okay, my data $6 male condition. And now coming to this, either male or the condition is high. All those rows which satisfy either the age is greater than 10 or funny. Only one person is left out, actually Brian, because Brian is less than 10 age as well as the funny condition is not met. So only Brian is left out. All the others are there in the result. So this one, both the conditions, age should be greater than 10 as well as the funny value should be 5. So this is a way you can put lot of conditions. And coming to
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I think the
Yes.
screen share stopped. Can you check one?
Screenshot.
The screen share, the screen
sharing
share, your
stopped.
screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Is it okay
Okay,
now?
ma'am. Yeah, it's okay now. We can continue.
Yes. So hopefully you have done till this. You can just, because I have made it error free, you'll be able to get the result like what I'm doing, but still try it again. When you get time, type those comments on yourself so that you will not make any mistake. And this is very important. So this thing, because those who are doing research or those who want to continue working on this knowledge extraction process, the very important thing is we should be able to bring a file from outside to your script. Okay. That is working with file. So here I have a file called salary1.csv. So I have put in a folder called E:/R programming. So this path is, I have to specify the path, and then in the CSV file, if the header is given, if the header, that is the column names are given, then I have to give the header is equal to true. If the header is not part of the file, then you have to put this as false. Okay. So read.csv. So as I told you, it is to read a comma separated value file. So it is available in this particular path. So check out. Actually, for this, I have given in the set of files what I have given. I would have given one file as salary1.csv, another file is salary.txt. So if you want to import the salary.txt file, here you have to use read.table. Okay, here you have to use read.table. But see, here I am only importing the CSV file, so I am using the function read.csv. So make it available. Suppose if you have downloaded to your downloads folder, it should be something like c:/users//downloads. If people who are no lazy to type all those stuff, what I advise is run this command get wd. So run this command, what is there in your file, get wd. So that is get working directory. So here you're getting myself, I'm getting it as c:/users7 and /documents. So this is my working directory of R. So what you do is you copy this file salary1.csv or any file what you want, no, for which you are making research, any file you are having, copy that file, put it in this particular path. Okay, put this in this path. Both will work. Either you can give the entire path or you can give the you can store the file in the working directory. So to find out the working directory, run this command get wd. Okay, and you will get a path. In this path, go store this file. Okay, in both way it will work. Suppose if you are using the entire path, run this command, or if you using the working directory, then you can use directly, you can run this. Okay, so let me show you, both will run. Control enter. So if you see in df, you will be able to see the content of the file. So it's having some columns, blah, blah. Don't see about the values, what is stored. Okay, so once again, I'll run this also because I have the file stored in my documents folder also. So this also runs. Okay, and now to specifically take the columns and whatever the operations, what we have done already. Once again, I have set of codes. Okay, so this you can check out. So this is somewhat similar to what we did in this thing. Same data frame, but this is my own created data frame. But here it is from a file. So if this file, this may be an iris data set, or this may be a cancer data set, or this may be a diabetes data set. So any data set you take it, put the path or store that in the working directory, you can convert that into a data frame, and then you can use all these functions what you have seen already, you can run it. So these codes will run. Okay, so only thing I'll do is I'll run all the statistical information because that is one of the important component. In Python also, we will learn it in all this NumPy and Pandas library in your forthcoming sessions. So I'm going to find out the mean. So mean of the column basic, because that's the only nice numerical column I had. So I put everything on the statistical stuff on that column called basic. To access a column, what do you want to put? You want to put the data frame name followed by $, followed by the name of the column, followed by the name of the column. So next I will run the median value. So this is a median value as well. And the variance. So this is a variance of that particular column. This is the standard deviation, that is the root of variance, square root of variance. And this is a mean again for a particular condition. So here I have created a particular subset from the given data frame. That is, a subset is all those rows which is matching the condition ECE. I have retrieved and put in a name called ECE. So since I didn't run that, I'm not going to run this comments because it will show error for me. And then quantile. So you all know what is quantile. Maybe in last class or in forthcoming classes, you will be learning a vast about all these things if you have theory content. So even in NEET and all this JEE exams, we are bothered about this percentile. So that is nothing but the quantiles or quartiles. So this is a 75th quartile. This is a 25th quartile. This is a 50th quartile or nothing but the median value. So see, the median value is 77,500. So here also it is 77,500. The median is nothing but the 50th percentile value. Okay. So these are all the quantile values, the minimum, the maximum value. Okay. So these are all some of the statistical informations which can be retrieved from the data. And next coming to, I'll give you again and so all these things we have seen. So start from yes. Tidyverse package. This is a very important package which no one can exclude and go if you are working with data science. This is very, very fundamental. So this is a contributed package available in R. So this comes up with, whenever you install Tidyverse, it comes up with 9 other packages. One called as ggplot2, which you all know, people who are familiar with visualization or data plotting. We loved R for ggplot. Okay. So this ggplot, it is available with this ggplot. It is available with, yes, it is available with the package called Tidyverse. And then for data preparation, no, so this data visualization, now you should be able to map it with the steps what I told in the first slide. So the last step of data visualization is ggplot2. In data preparation, all these packages which is coming with Tidyverse will help. That is dplyr, tidyr. So as the name suggests, it is used to clean the data. Okay, then the vast of string operations is done with stringr function, and factor operations which done with forcats. And then data management, that is accessing, importing data from different files, can be done with the help of readr and tibble. So tibble, it also offers working with data frames, but it in an efficient manner. Okay. And then functional programming. So like any other programming language, R also offers if conditions, case structures, and then looping constructs and all. So PER is another package which is supporting this efficient functional programming with respect to R. And working with dates is always somewhat confusing or tedious, even in DBMS. Lubridate is one package which will help to work with dates in an efficient manner. And dplyr, it comes with lot of functionalities which will be very, very useful, data manipulation functionalities. Group by, we are all familiar with DBMS, and group by is a very, very important thing. It will group a particular column based on the value. So group by here also does the same thing. You can group the content of a particular column by the values. And then mutate, it is to add or create new variables, like what we did here in the last example. Here in dplyr, it offers you a function called mutate, which can automatically create derived attributes from available attributes, or you can add new variables with the help of mutate. And then select function, it is used to select particular columns. So always you want to have this, because I want to select only those columns which is needed for processing, for which you can use the select function. And then summarize function, which is used to find out the minimum, maximum, mean, variance, standard deviation, and all. So all the aggregation operations what you have learned in databases or in Python or in any language, it can be supported with the help of the function called summarize. And then arrange, it is for sorting. And then filter, it is to select particular rows. the rows which satisfy the condition, it can be retrieved with the help of the function called filter. Okay, ggplot. So this is what is very important. Everybody, we feel good whenever we plot using ggplot. So it is, the GG stands for grammar of graphics. So the aesthetics here, it helps you to build on the visual properties, that is how the color should look like, how the plot should look like. All these things can be adjusted with the help of aesthetics. Suppose if you want to make any labeling, if you want to include any text into your plots, you can use the annotate function. And to draw a bar chart, you can use a geom bar. And to draw box plot, you can use the geom box plot. And frequency polygons can be drawn with the help of geom frequency polygon function. And then histograms can be drawn with the help of histogram function, geom histogram function. And then if you want to, by default, ggplot have labelings, that is, it will label the axis, x-axis, y-axis and all. But if you want to modify it, you can use the function labs. Okay, you can use the function labs to modify the title, the axis legends, etc. So once again, if time permits, then we can have a quick glimpse of. So directly go to tidyverse, because basic plots you can run for yourself. So this file you can run it by yourself. Go to tidyverse. So it's a package which offers all this sub packages or subset of packages. So I'm installing this tidyverse for you. So run it. It will take some time. So the tidyverse is installed. I am attaching that to my script using the library function, or instead you can use require. And now, after you install tidyverse, so till now I was working with very primitive data sets. But this tidyverse as well as R, by inbuilt, it offers lot of data sets. Like UCI machine learning repository or Kaggle or GitHub, the data sets what you find in all these repositories, you can find here also. So to see what are all the data sets available, you can run this function data. So see here, it opens another window, and you could see the wide range of data sets what is supported. CO2 data set. So this is available in UCI machine learning repository as well. The IRIS data set, which is available in UCI also, will be there. IRIS data set. So here, see here, IRIS data set is here. Titanic data set will be there. Lot of data sets. Okay, so you might have come across these data sets in your research areas. So most of the data sets will be there. So these are data sets coming under the dplyr, and these are data sets coming under 4cats package, and these are data sets coming under the ggplot. So packages wise, you're having, these are all the data sets which are available. Okay, so these data sets now we can use for, yeah, we were here, view for your analysis. Okay, so we are going to use, I'm going to use this one data set called IRIS, because most of us would be familiar with this. So to view the content of the IRIS data set, you can use a command view of IRIS. So it will open you another window, another tab, where you could find the columns and the rows. So here there are 150 rows and total 5 columns. One is a sepal length, one is a sepal width. So this is a detail about a flower, sepal width, petal length, petal width, and the species. The 3 species are setosa, followed by you will have the versicolor, and followed by you have the virginica. Okay, so these are the 3 species available, and these 4 columns are numerical. Okay, with this idea, we'll once again come back here, and even you can print the data set here. Just type IRIS. Okay, so this will be printed in the console. Just type IRIS, you can get the thing done on the console. Okay, now we are going to use the specific functions which is offered by tidyverse, because that will help you in your researches if at all if you are interested. So select is going to retrieve columns just with the like in the previous thing I showed you how to perform a selection of a column with the help of lot of operators, but here just with the help of the function select, we'll be able to select the columns. So select followed by the name of the data set, followed by the column names. If you specify, it will be selected. So check out, run it. So from IRIS, the 2 columns, petal length and petal width are selected. Okay, So next is mutate. That is, I'm going to create a new column from the existing columns. So I'm multiplying the value in length and width, and I'm trying to build another column called length width. So I'll run it. So see, from original data is there, which is having 5 columns. After the 5 columns, I'm having another new column called length width, which is the multiplication of petal length and petal width. Okay. Hope you're all doing it. And then filter operation, which is to take out specified rows based on the condition. So here the condition I'm specifying is I want to only retrieve the rows corresponding to setosa. That is, the species name is setosa. Only I want these rows. So see here, filter command, which is used to. So see, you only get all those rows which are matching. Okay, setosa. Okay, and next is arrange. So this is to order the particular rows in the based on some column value. So here I'm taking the petal dot length. So here run it. So now based on petal length, it is sorted in an ascending order. The rows are sorted in ascending order. See here 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 and so on. Okay, next is descending order. If you want to sort it, use the keyword DESC. Run this. Now see, now here 1.1 is here, and the largest value will be at the top. Okay, the largest value is, what is the largest value? 6.9 is the largest value. So it's at the top. Okay, and the final function which you want to use is summarize. So summarize function, which is used to find out the aggregation such as mean, minimum, the maximum value. So see here, I'm using summarize function. The name of the data set I'm going to use for summarization, and then I'm going to make a summarization on the mean of the petal length. N stands for the total count, the total number of rows. Okay, and min function stands for the minimum value. Max function stands for the maximum value. So see here, after I run it, you will get a summary. So the mean value of the column is this. The number of rows in the column is 150. The minimum value of the column is 1, and the maximum value is 6.9. So the petal length, actually you can see here, the minimum value is 1 and the maximum value is 6.9. 6.9. Okay. Yes. Now, pipe is a very, very important feature which is offered by tidyverse. So like for the pipe operator, we all know piping is getting the output from one command and giving it to another command. We call it as piping. So all these functions can be done in piping. Okay, all these functions can be done in piping. Okay, so iris, that is a data set. I am passing it. Pipe mode symbol is percentage greater than percentage. So actually, if you keyboard shortcut is Control Shift M. If you press Control Shift M, you will be able to get the pipe mode symbol by default. Okay, that's a keyboard shortcut. So percentage greater than percentage, that's a pipe symbol. I am using the mutate function. So the iris data set is passed to the mutate function. So here when I want to use mutate, I have to give the data set name inside. But since I'm using the pipe operator, the iris data set is passed as input to the mutate function. And I'm giving the, as usual, I'm doing that multiplication. I'm multiplying the length with the width and I'm forming a new data set. So this will work. Okay. So it is created. A new column is created as length width. Okay. Similarly, I have created examples for piping operator as well. Okay. So iris, I'm passing as input to the group by class. So group by, what I said, it will group the entire data set with respect to a value of a column. So species, as I told you, it had 3 values: setosa, virginica, and versicolor. So the group by will be done based on those 3 values. And now again, I'm creating a mutate operation. I'm creating a new column called mean petal, which has the mean value. Okay. And then it is passed on to another mutate function, which is giving the mean of the sepal length. So we'll run it and we'll get 3 values. Okay, by the groups. Yes. Once again. So piping, we will stop here and then we will move on to data visualization, because that will also will give a little bit of insight into that. So ggplot, I'm taking iris data set and I'm giving the aesthetic function. The x value is petal length, the y value is taken as petal width, and I am this plus sign, actually it is called as overlay. That is imposing a plot and another plot actually. So I am concatenating the result of this with the result of this. So I'm combining these two. It's called an overlay plot. So geo point, it is used to plot the values, the x and y values in the form of a scatter plot. So the output of this will be a scatter plot. So see here, you are able to get a scatter plot. Okay, you are able to get a scatter plot here. So in the x-axis, you are having the petal length. In the y-axis, you are having petal width, and you are able to have plotted the values of x and y in the plot area. Okay, and now the other way in which we can do is this. Both will give the same result. The aesthetic value, either you can pass it to this geom point function, or you can have it on the ggplot. Okay, both are going to give you the same answer. And if you want the third dimension, that is, these are all values plotted, but they are all of the same color, but we are not able to distinguish, okay, which species they belong to. Suppose if you want to see that in scatter plot, you can add a third dimension. The third dimension, I'm giving it as color, and the color is determined by species. So there are 3 different species. So see here. Now this plot will give you 3 different colors. The setosa are in color pink, I can call it. Versicolor is in green color, and the virginica is in blue color. Okay, so this is an example of a scatter plot, a more meaningful scatter plot, which has plotted all the points and have grouped the elements based on the species. Okay, and then color palettes, that is, if you want to have a better color palette for this, you can use a function called scale color brewer, and you can give a specified color palette, and so the colors will look better, a little darker, right? So you are using a darker color palette. Okay. So there are these things, you can go refer to the packages manual, and you can find what are all the options available for palette, what are the options available for color and all. So next is a bar chart. So bar chart is normally for categorical variable, and histograms is normally for continuous variable. So here I'm taking the categorical variable, and now see, yes, I have made the fill colors pink. Okay, so I can change this color to anything I want. I'll say this light green. Yeah. Yes. So these are the 3 different species, and all are of the same count actually. So there were totally 150 rows, each having 50-50 each. Okay, and then box plot. So people who are familiar with box plot, so you have you're again passing the iris data set. The aesthetics or the variables which you're going to create is in the x-axis we have species, in the y-axis we have sepal length, and you're going to draw a box plot, and the boxes is filled with pink color, and the border color is the color actually this is hexadecimal code. Either you can use hexadecimal code for color, or you can use the name of the color, or you can use even numbers, decimal numbers, which will be referring to a particular color. So the blue stands for the line, boxes or the lines. Okay, so the fill color is pink. So this can be changed. So these are all, this is a box plot for the 3 different species. Okay, so what does the box plot refer to? This is your median. The thick color is the median value. This is your 25th percentile value. This is your 75th percentile value. Again, here it is 25th percentile. This is a median or the 50th percentile. This is a 75th percentile. Normally, the whiskers will extend up to the maximum value and the minimum value, or 1.5 times the IQR. What is IQR? Interquartile range. So interquartile range is nothing but Q3 minus Q1. Q3 stands for the 75th percentile, and Q1 stands for the 25th percentile. If you subtract this, then you will get the 1.5 times IQR is this whisker. The whisker will extend up to the 1.5 times IQR above, and 1.5 times IQR below. And this is one point which is outlier. Those values which are outside this whisker, we call as outlier. Okay, so this is what is a box plot. All statistical informations will come in one plot, so that is box plot. Okay, I did with box plot. Yeah, then polygons. So these are all very basic. Okay, just I'm plotting a numerical value, continuous variable, and the count of that is given in the form of a polygon. And then the same variable I'm going to show as a histogram. So this is a basic color. If you don't change color, then it will look like this, okay, in a grayscale component. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix or overlay these two. That is a frequency polygon and the histogram I'm going to overlay. So that's one important advantage we get out of R. We can overlay the plots. We can put one plot over the other. So this is a histogram, what you saw in that gray color, and this is a frequency polygon. So both I have overlaid on the same plot, but I have changed the color. So just I have added some fill color and the border color and all. Okay. So this is again an overlay. I'm going to make a smoothening of the scatter plot with a linear regression model. That is LM stands for linear regression method. Okay, so see this. So all this plot, scatter plot, and I'm trying to fit the points with the linear regression line. So this line, what is drawn with the help of geom smooth function. So this helps you to draw the line. Okay. And one another function which I want to say, yes, this labs function. So by default, if you are see here, you are getting the X label, here you are getting the Y axis label, etc. But if you want to add more, you can use the labs function, and you can add the title, you can add an X axis value, you can add a Y axis value. So see here, if you run it, it will get user created lab label. The y-axis is labeled as frequency, the x-axis is labeled as sepal length, and you are having a title histogram. Okay, so with this I'll stop exploring R here, and we'll move on to the presentation. One last thing I want to say is on data modeling. So in the cooking process, what we saw today, that is a data science process, the most important step is data modeling. So whatever I have shown you now, it does only with the data exploration, data preparation, and data visualization. We have not touched data modeling because that's the core and it takes a lot of time. But to do that, you have different packages in R. Carrot is a package which supports classification as well as regression. Random forest is another package which supports a specific type of classifier called as random forest classifier. And then E1071, though it's like a number kind, but it is actually supporting naive Bayes and SVM classifier. And then kern lab, it is a support vector. It supports support vector machine classifier and all those kernel density estimation and all what we want for SVM. And then NNet, it's for artificial neural network. And people who have come across data mining, you might have come across A rules, which is for association rule mining. And then deep learning, it is now supported with the help of a package called DeepNet. Okay. Yes. To summarize, what I could say is data science, as I told you, it's a process of extraction of knowledge by analyzing the data. And one of the promising tool in data science is R programming because it is open source and it is having a wide range of community which is supporting it. And R offers a wide range of packages. Daily it is growing, or the count of packages is growing miles and bounds. And then data visualization is one of the promising component of R. So much of people like me, we ended up using R because of the features of visualization. Okay. And then it is a vast programming language. So I have tried to put to the maximum, no, in the time what is given to me. I have tried to touch a lot of things, but still it now lies in your hand to take it forward. So whenever you want to become conversant, you have to practice the tool a lot and have touched the tool right from today. Start using the tool so that you can explore it further. And before I conclude, so this is the website. So here in the right left, if you see, you have packages. Click on it. You will get the CRAN task views. Hope you'll be able to see, zoom it and see CRAN task reviews. Click on it. Task wise, all those packages, what is available will be here. agriculture, Bayesian, cluster. See, all those with machine learning. If you click on it, it will give you all those packages what is available for machine learning and statistical learning. So see here, random forest is there. Okay, Bayesian methods is there, association rules there, A rules. So you can see A rules is there. That E1 1071 what I told that was there. Okay, so I wish you all a happy journey in this data science process, and I wish you all the best and success in all your endeavors. Happy learning for the rest of the 19 days. I once again thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to present in today's session. I thank the HOD for this wonderful opportunity. And I would like to take the chat. Any questions?
Ma'am, can we take questions now?
Yes, sure.
Hello, madam.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
I'm Dr. Sindhu.
Ma'am, tell me, ma'am.
Yeah, I would like to express a sincere thanks, madam. It is actually a wonderful session. You were very
Thank you
patient
so
enough
much.
in explaining, very crisp, clear. A good session, ma'am. Thank you so much. And
Thank you
moreover,
so
ma'am,
much.
yeah, I would like to know which book can be prescribed for students, ma'am, basic level and advanced level. Can you name some authors?
Yes, actually, I have something on my references, but still, what I feel is it's based on community. So I have the CRAN, right? The same, able to see what I suggest
Yes,
you
ma'am.
is the same CRAN link what I have given.
Okay.
What I have given you a shared a CRAN link, right? So in the
Yes, ma'am.
same link, if you visit that packages I'm showing, right? Once again. Yes. So these are the packages, right? So if you
Yes,
say
ma'am.
tidyverse, you'll be able to get the manual for everything. There is a PDF.
Okay.
For everything, you'll be able to get PDF. What I suggest is the PDFs is better. One second.
Okay,
I
ma'am.
have it. The PDFs is
Thank
better.
you.
See here, no?
Okay.
Yes. These are intro. This PDF will be excellent. And similarly for ggplot, for tidyverse. It will avail.
Okay,
It is available on the website itself. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Sir?
Madam, what are the data science tools can be used?
For data science, of course, you can use R.
science
Python is.
For example, machine learning is built for some Anaconda Python using machine.
Sir, actually, yes.
Data science tools, madam, tools.
Yes, R is one of the language. You can
Okay.
use Veka. Veka also supports all these machine learning tools
Okay.
for data modeling. Okay, and then RapidMiner is there.
Yeah.
And Python, what you're going to learn in the rest of the classes, the Pandas library, the NumPy, all those frameworks, what you'll be studying, that also helps you to explore data science more.
Madam, another one question, madam. What is the difference between data science and data machine learning, madam?
So data science is an entire, yes, sir. The data science is an entire process, as I told you, and machine learning, it fits on this one step, that is data modeling.
Okay. Before the data modeling, what are steps to be followed with data science?
Yes.
Using mathematical background.
Yes,
Statistics.
you set up a Go. Yes. Yes.
Madam, really excellent, madam.
Thank you so much.
Explanation is very clear, easy to understand, madam.
Thank you so much.
You are working from?
Anna University Regional Campus, Tirunelveli.
Oh, okay. Chennai, madam?
Tirunelveli, sir.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Tell me, sir.
Hello, I am Dr.
Yes.
B.K. Verma.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Yeah, for data visualization, which programming is better? You will suggest Python or R programming?
Sir, I basically, for visualization, I prefer R till one point, but now recently I have started using Python. In one point of time, no, when I was doing my research, I was more dependent on R for plots.
Because Python
And
is more,
recently Python is also
yes,
coming up.
yes.
Python is coming to greater
Because in
extent because we
curriculum,
have all this.
yes, yes. In curriculum,
Seaborn.
because basically Python is more preferable. But
Yes.
yeah, that's why I'm asking, because students are learning more Python as compared to R programming.
Yes, sir, because there they are having the libraries like Matplotlib, Seaborn and all. They also support a wide range of plotting.
Right.
So if you after you learn R and Python, you feel that both are somewhat similar. Somewhat they share a lot of things in common.
Right. Could you share your PPT? Because today I joined
Sure.
late. That's why.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Revati from PhD CAS. Ma'am, I have a doubt. Actually, while framing the syllabus, we normally include data science paper, AI paper, ML, and everything. So, what is your advice? Whether to have a data science alone, or AI and ML can be merged, or how do you suggest to have the papers?
Data science should be there as a foundation course to understand the end-to-end thing, like what network is and wireless sensor network is, I would say. Machine learning and artificial intelligence, it touches this particular component, ma'am. More of they deal with the data mining, data modeling.
Yeah.
Machine learning, and because they are stressing on different types of algorithms which are used to establish some models or create some data models, maybe a decision tree or a neural network or a linear regression, which will give you an equation in terms of x and y. So but the students should understand or the students will be put into a project where they have to do it cover to cover, like end to end. They will be, maybe they are at the top level, they will be working on setting up a research goal. They'll be on retrieval, and though even before they go to work in the final year project also, if they want to have a clear understanding whenever they face a real world problem, if they want to find a solution, they should understand what is that research goal is, how I collect the data, what is the data preparation is and all. Just studying what is neural network, what is SVM, like what the Tom Mitchell says, machine learning alone may not suffice. So one foundation course on data science, and you may integrate artificial intelligence and machine learning. So that's how the original course was also. Actually, the 4th and 5th chapters normally touch on machine learning, and the remaining chapters will talk about artificial intelligence, all those proportional and first order logic.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for the
Thank you.
Hello, madam.
Sir.
Madam, ANOVA testing. What is ANOVA?
ANOVA? ANOVA, what is ANOVA? It is a hypothesis test. To test the correlation of different columns.
Different columns. Oh, okay. Is also inferential statistics, no?
It is also
inferential statistics.
It is not inferential
Study
statistics.
about the correlation regression.
It can be a descriptive statistics.
Descriptive, okay.
Descriptive.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your eager questions, participants. Megavishni, kindly thank our presenter.
I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I am very much thankful to Dr. ma'am. Excuse me.
Hello?
I am very much thankful. Yes, please.
Madam, every day feedback will be filled after the response sent to the mail, madam. Or not?
The feedback form will be sent in the chat, sir.
Yeah, madam,
Every
chat,
day.
madam. Once fill the form, first one will give checkbox will be given the mail ID. That mail ID will be sent the response, madam.
Yes, sir. Please give your mail ID in it.
For a response, madam.
Can you please repeat it, sir?
Can you
Madam, I
please
put
post
the
your
checkbox
question?
in the.
Sir,
The
please
first option will be
post your
given the mail ID,
question.
madam. Mail ID. Every time
Sir,
the
post your
recorded response will be sent to
questions.
the mail ID. Feedback will be recorded and sent to the mail ID, madam.
You don't want it to be sent it to you? Is that it?
Yes, madam.
Professor
Okay,
Balasubramanian, sir, please post your question
in the WhatsApp group.
WhatsApp group.
Okay.
We'll just immediately respond to you because we are running out of time. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Kindly post your questions in the WhatsApp group. We'll respond to you immediately, even using a voice message. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Madam, yesterday, I'm Tirupati from Hyderabad. Yesterday, PPT, people are promised to send or upload
We
in
have just, our resource person, Pavan sir, was out of station today. He has shared with us today. Kindly hold on for a few minutes. We'll share it with you in the WhatsApp group itself.
Okay, madam. 2 days also you can.
I'll just get it from Jesu madam as well. Please hold on. We'll just share it with you. Every one of them. Thank you so much, sir.
I'm very much thankful. Ma'am, I'm very thankful to you for attending this session and readily accepting our invitation. On behalf of our institution, I extend my warm gratitude to all the participants. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Thank you.